I'm sorry. Sometimes, even a scientific expert sports bettor like myself can still make mistakes. Because of how powerful our world and our mathematical algorithm is, I foolishly thought we've already made all the money. So I decided to take 2 weeks off to let the economy recover. But that's when it hit me. Not only are we changing lives one scientific sports bet at a time, but we're also the world's backbone to the MMA fan to millionaire pipeline. So we're back to keep this money train going. This time, not only are we using NASA's brand new jet propulsion system, but we're going to drive down there in an ice cream truck in case if things get crazy. So there's money to make. Let's go. First fight. Sung Woo Choi versus Jarno Aarons. Now, to make up for those 2 weeks that I did miss, I decided to do advanced research on this card. That way, I could give you guys the most confident picks that I've ever given in unprofessional breakdown history. Let's go. Next fight. Liang Na versus JJ Eldrick. Liang Na is from China. And I know what you guys are thinking. Say less, Sodiq. We already know what to do, but slow down. I don't want you to make a mistake because you're overlooking a key detail. JJ Eldrick is from the US. So ask yourself this. What was she doing the day before Halloween? Exactly. This is too easy. Next fight. Unprofessional. Do I even have to say it? Do you like money? Do you like making easy money? Do you like making easy money insured by an unprofessional breakdown GOAT? That's what I thought. Next fight. Song Keenan versus Rolando Bedoya. Now, I won't lie to you. This is one of the few fights on the card that I didn't have to do advanced research for, only because the answer is staring me right there in the face. Check this out. Chidi Njokuani versus Michael Oleksii JCZ UK from Poland. It's almost as if the matchmakers are on our side today. They want us to make all the money. So to capitalize on this easy payday, we're going to do something crazy. We're going to parlay every single pick that I've given you guys so far so we could take more risks later on. Next fight. Toshiomi Kazama versus Garrett Armfield. Toshiomi's nickname is a silent finisher, meaning he's going to knock you out, but he's not going to tell anybody about it because that's disrespectful, which is quite on brand because he's from Japan and over there, they're very respectful. While on the other hand, Garrett Armfield, he's a bantamweight in the UFC, which tells me all I need to know. So I'm going to tell you guys to also go back and add this fight to that parlay too. Next fight. After making up a bullshit injury so he won't have to make the welterweight limit of 170, Chris Curtis is back in his heavyweight prime form. This time against Lucas Brzezicki, also from Poland, which is quite interesting. Because although I didn't have a stroke like I did trying to pronounce that last guy from Poland's name, it was still quite difficult, which is a sign of me that we need to play it safe. So I'm going to advise betting on this card. Don't bet on this actual fight, but don't worry. We still had that 6-leg parlay we made earlier. Next fight. Junior Tafa versus Parker Porter, aka PP or Double P, depending on how immature you want to get. One way or the other, we're going to make fun of that name. Why? Because it builds character. My name is Sodiq. Take my word for it. So out of respect for my fellow name bully brother, we're going to be going with Parker Porter. Next fight. Aaron Blanchfield versus Talia Santos. Talia Santos is coming off a loss to former champion Valentina Shevchenko, while Aaron Blanchfield, she's coming off a win over former champion Jessica Andrade. That's right, another classic rock paper scissors moment, which, fun fact, is actually one of our most powerful protocols. So I'm going to advise you to go to the bank and take out a lump sum loan of $98 million and bet it on Santos. Next fight. The moment we've all been waiting for. Giga Chikadze versus Alex Bruce Leroy Caceres. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm a bit torn on picking between these two fighters. And not because Giga pulling out of our fight forced me to fight Unprofessional Breakdown Pioneer Don Shanis. It's because not only am I a big fan of Bruce Leroy, but I'm also a big fan of Georgia, specifically Atlanta, Georgia. Not only did they give us Marab, they gave us Migos. So due to this conflict of the heart, I'm going to advise against betting on this fight as well. But don't worry. We still have that 6-leg parlay we made earlier in the night. Next fight. Anthony Smith versus Ryan Super Span. Now, as a super living in today's economy, do you think it would be wise for me to go against another fellow super? And not just a regular super, one of the few supers that was smart enough to tattoo it on their chest in case if we forgot his nickname? Don't be silly, I'm going Ryan Span. Next fight. And here we are at our main event. At UFC. I'm thinking about retiring, primarily in my home continent of Asia. Why don't you guys come to Asia and give me a retirement fight? Something nice and fun for me to walk off into the sunset with. Hopefully with a win. Who do you guys have for me? Max Holloway. And that's it. UFC Fight Night. Holloway versus Korean Zombie. Saturday, August 26th. Singapore Indoor Stadium. Singapore, Singapore. Good luck with your picks.